Greetings, sending you all some warm, positive vibrations. This is Body-Culinary, and sending you all some warm wishes for a happy holiday, whatever holiday that you celebrate. If that's Christmas, if it's Hanukkah, if it's Kwanzaa, do you? And today, this early day, I love the early day. Um, the roosters are serenading. I came in just to have a little communication, just touch base about natural, aka no makeup versus makeup. And I realized, I think I've shared before, I actually do like makeup. And so what I mean by that is I really do enjoy glam. So is it makeup or is it no makeup? Right? So we don't need to be divided over this. If you're interested in this discussion, feel free to stay tuned to the end for just one woman's perspective, especially as someone that has had a lot of acne and hyperpigmentation and scarring. And I've had professions where I've had to wear a lot of makeup. And I also enjoy when I see an Angela Bassett or different celebrities with makeup. I can appreciate that kind of artistry. So which one is it? So stay tuned. If you're new to this channel, welcome. I'm Body-Culinary personal trainer for many years, professional chef with a focus on whole, fresh living, unprocessed foods that love you back. Natural born woman, mother, lover of a natural lifestyle, as close as I can get to it in the times that we're living in. On this channel, I love to share motivation and education to start a garden, right? Because so deeply therapeutic. These are lifestyle practices to cultivate and refine a personal movement practice. And I love to encourage peaceful consumption. You will have to find the sweet spot for you that focuses around whole, fresh living fruits that you can still recognize as a whole fruit, vegetables, fresh herbs, fresh spices. Notice I keep saying fresh, legumes, and sprouts. Plant based living. You may decide on different ratios for yourself. So there's, I think it's wonderful and beneficial to encourage ourselves and to encourage others wherever you are on the journey. I think you'll get a lot more pleasure out of your experience, which can result in you sustaining, going for the long haul on this journey because it is a journey. So for me, this has been several decades of a journey. So if you're interested in any kind of resources to find out what I've been doing all these years with some visuals and pictures, answering most of the questions people would ask, there is a guide that I have made available. And you can find that on body-culinary.com. That is called Whole Living Foods with menus to fit your budget. you can you can find that on body-culinary.com. So that has different spending plans, aka budgets, and you can see I put pictures of what I got for that amount, whether it's $200, $10, $20, right? Very sensitive to parents and those on a spending plan. As well as I give you some ideas, right? I just give you a list, a menu idea for different things that I would prepare, right, from those foods. So I use a lot of fresh produce. I'm not using anything in packages. And that is my lifestyle I enjoy, and it is sustainable and it is affordable. So if you're looking for excuses to eat healthy, the information is there, right? We can make a positive use of the internet. For those of you that may be dealing with a lot of acne or hyperpigmentation, and for folks that ask, how did I clear my skin? You can see what my skin looked like if you scroll down in the community section. I put that together in Natural Beauty No Products. So you can see it's a little picture there if you were to go closer to see the level of scarring on my face. I cleared it up not with products, only with food and my movement practice, right? A regular, consistent movement practice. Those are my deposits into the 401k of my health. There's also emergency preparedness and food preservation, right? To expand on this as a lifestyle. What do you do in an emergency? Does that mean we have to eat processed foods? No, it doesn't. We don't have to. There was a time where many of our ancestors, they were really good at food preservation, right? Because they had to be very resourceful. If they're growing their food, they weren't just going to be very wasteful, right? If you spend 3-4 months growing some food, you're going to be much more mindful of, John, you may hear my bunny around the floor. You are likely going to be much more conscientious of stretching the food and preserving it until the next harvest, until the next season. So food preservation preparedness is healthy eating. That webinar for the men folks that come to my channel. So there's several resources that are there. You're welcome to sign up for classes to learn about common sense nutrition, whatever label you call yourself. Okay, but you want to go for the results, right? That work for you and that are sustainable. And it's also a discovery process. And there's effective, efficient fitness. If you're not seeing results, it's likely you have blind spots or your form is off or you're not being consistent. So support and education, comprehensive support and education, know they work. If you want to contact me, it's info@body-culinary.com for coaching for you, your spouse. Got those personal questions, you can feel free to reach out to me, especially if you're interested in traveling abroad. All right, so that being said, today's video and today's communication, I want to communicate about makeup versus no makeup. Now, as you can see, there's nothing on my L Skinno. there's nothing there, right? This is just basically how I woke up, and I have one of my head coverings on. And, it got me to thinking, especially as someone that suffered with a lot of acne. And I will say, I look forward to embracing all the phases of life. I said on this channel many times, I have chosen for myself health and confidence over beauty, because beauty is at somebody else's whim, what they decide they'd like to sell to me, what they feel I look like, what their opinions are. I have chosen sovereignty, especially when it comes to my psyche, my mental, and my emotional state, that I'm going to determine what that's going to look like. And for me, that starts first with health. Health is my number one priority. Health is my number one beauty product, right? Because then I don't have to focus so much on bigger clothing sizes, so much cover up. And really, I prioritize being comfortable with my skin. Now, that being said, sometimes I think I actually do like makeup, the ritual of grooming, of self-care. I'm very big into self-massage, massage of my breasts, massage of my stomach. It's actually very soothing, and it's actually really good for the breast tissue. It's really good so you can see if anything is going on different in your womb area, any growths, actually to put you really in touch with your body. If you can feel additional water or adipose tissue without judgment, right? Just like you would massage your baby, you want to hold yourself, feel what's going on around there. We're more tuned into these screens than we are quite often to our own body. So doing that every day when I get up and I have my water, actually I have to get your water in a wine glass, my warm, hot water. These are rituals. You got to go to the bathroom, every day. Usually you bathe every day. So I really like to use the natural rhythms of the day to help me build my routine so I don't have to think about quote unquote fitness, because I've built a lot of my practices into the order of my day. So when I got to go to the bathroom, when I'm passing the bathroom to get my water, putting things in glasses that are very attractive, it makes a lot of things a no-brainer, because I don't have to keep making the decision to drink water or start moving. I don't have to keep doing that all the time. If I'm walking up and down these hills over here, and if I'm riding my bicycle and some of these hills are really challenging, with the fruits and vegetables from the market on the handlebars, that's actually, if I were to put my heart rate monitor on, that's actually vigorous, joyous movement. It's a lot of exercise, but I don't count that as exercise. That is lifestyle. And so I really like to get to a place where I can relaxation is so key. So that being said, if I think of some of people that I find extremely attractive, women that I find very attractive, a lot of them have eyeliner and other stuff on. So I was like, I think that they're very attractive. I actually do enjoy makeup. Now, for me, everyone has their own taste. I love a natural look. I can appreciate the artistry, and people use their body and their face like a canvas. I'm like, wow, that's, make extreme makeovers. Some people call it like, it's magic. However, for me, I'll be honest with you, that is stressful. It's not sustainable. From the time I start sweating going up and down these hills, if I go to give somebody a hug and I put a big chocolate face print on them, it's just, I find it, the amount of time, it's not laziness. You will have to decide, in your own mind, and is it being lazy if I don't want to put these things on? No, and you're sovereign over your own life. So for me, it's the convenience, right? I'm on the go all the time. I just don't prioritize it. Maybe a little mascara or something. And I actually also enjoy um the fact that my skin, I don't have to wear makeup. And I love the challenge of what I call retraining my eyes to enjoy my natural eyebrows. Thank goodness they came back after so much tweezing and threading. And then my own eyelashes. And yes, it looks different. And yes, it may not pop on screen. If anyone's ever worked with theater or in the arts, you know that you wear stage makeup so it pops. So if you're on the screen, you know, okay, yes, for sales and business, you put stuff on to be attractive on the screen because that's what human beings like. However, my mental health is priority. And perhaps you can like both. Maybe one day, you know, if I'm planning to do a photo shoot or if I just feel creative, I'll do that. But I know for me, that feeling of being able to breathe and to be light and to do different activities at a moment's notice, that's what I'm prioritizing for me. I'm not a celebrity and I don't have a desire to be a celebrity, be put on the, you know, held up in esteem and then ripped down and everybody in your personal life. I don't desire that. I like to being able to breathe in my skin, go out in the sun. And by the way, my neighbors just stopped partying, you know, holidays in the Caribbean. So I like being able to wake up and go with my own skin and just psychologically the self-acceptance or what I call radical self-acceptance is so important. So some of my things that I consider. And again, I do like the ritual of makeup and I like the look, the convenience, and the health. Mm. And again, it's your option, it's your choice, your food, your movement practice, your belief system. It's your choice. You don't need a middleman or middle woman. We can look through these different screens, but ultimately, it's your life. You get to decide what feels good, especially when it comes to relaxation. I don't know if many of us notice whether or not we're relaxed. So here's some of the things I consider when I think of makeup versus no makeup. One is my skin's breathability. I've had, when I went to charm school back in the day, I had a lovely woman, one of my instructors, told me that makeup actually preserves the skin. And you know, she'd been in the business for years, personal development, worked with models. I don't know if anyone knows of Ophelia DeVore, Black Charm School back in the day. Shout out to Diane Carroll and all those Black women that passed through those doors. Um, I just remember thinking, and I've always been like, you know, akin to like being a natural girl, especially coming from a family history of ill health and obesity. This kind of didn't resonate. So was she wrong? Maybe no. There's new hyaluronic acids and all kinds and sunscreen and all this other stuff put into the makeup. However, intuitively, what resonated with me, that didn't resonate with me. Right? As somebody with acne, I get the cover up, but it just did not resonate with me having to put in plaster layers of foundation, powder, bronzer. Actually, I do like the way bronzer looks. I love those look, the highlight and the glow. I like the look, but it just I feel like my experience is I'm plastering. I'm plastering. Again, there might be a time where I might want to do that for an event or something. But the breathability of my skin, especially dealing with acne, is number one. I get what all the experts are saying. I couldn't feel my skin breathing. And I felt like as much as I was trying to get my skin to cover to breathe and open up, and we spend all this money on products, I just slathered something else onto the pores, you know, to fill in the pores. So breathable skin is number one in favor of for me for natural. And it's not an against, it's a choice, right? Two, with my skin being natural, I have found that more so than the makeup covering up, and this is just one woman's experience, the lack of healthy skin or not being comfortable in my own skin, the hygiene and the routine. You know, how you have many people have their early morning routine and the afternoon routine of removing all the makeup. Again, I'm not making this bad or wrong. I have found that the primary hygiene has been my food. So we're putting sprays, and you know, I love the Korean channels. I still, you know, I love this stuff. I'm very curious. They have sometimes things that are 13 steps in the skincare. exfoliation and clay and ice and therapy and oxygen and steam. And so I'm with the simplicity. I mean, I find it stressful. I find it mentally stressful. It's like overload of more things to do that do not relax me. Massage and stuff like that, that's and soothing and soaking in water, that's soothing. But piling on more stuff, and I'm observing the mental thought process going on as I'm doing this, that I find extremely stressful. I don't know if anyone else can relate. Too many steps. It shouldn't have to be that hard. Our skin is beautiful when we're younger. What's happening? I love to question what's at the root rather than just address the symptoms. Why is my skin breaking out? Why am I losing the resiliency in my skin? We have muscles inside of the face. Many of us may not think of, facial exercise, and maybe many of us like, I don't have time to do face exercises, but you have to work more to spend more money for all of these products. So my hygiene, I found, is from inside, and my hygiene includes my food, what I'm eating. Hey, buddy. And then the next thing is my movement practice. That's sweating, getting the circulatory system and the lymph, those two watery channels, to circulate throughout the body. That only happens, the lymphatic system only gets moved when you're moving and pumping your arms and legs vigorously. So think about it. Should I put on more stuff, or should I get into a movement practice that's also going to make me feel psychologically better, which is also going to come up in my carriage and my presence? It makes you more attractive, first of all, to yourself, and feeling grounded and centered. Your movement practice is part of your hygiene. When you're moving in the morning, you may have gas to move some of that undigested food that you ate last night, or poor combinations. You're massaging. You're giving an internal massage. Let me watch my bunny. Bunny, excuse me. Are you gonna come here? Where's your bok choy? Excuse me, y'all. My girl Magical. Come on, baby. Come on, you want bok choy? You want bok choy? Hey, good morning. Hey, good morning, my baby. Look at my baby. Oh. See, she has no problem. I'm clean here. She has no problem. This is the true raw vegan right here. This is my baby, Magical. Look at that. She loves to crunch. This is my partner in vegginess. She eats all that rejuvenated food. She's got loads of energy. So precious. So if I was hugging her with a whole pile of makeup on, I would leave brown makeup prints all on her face. My boopy, honey, she eats these vegetables like a typewriter. Say hi, Magical, my baby. Child, I need something to nurture. It's got to be plants. Plants are something to nurture. All right, boopy doopy. I'm gonna put you over here with the grass. Yeah, boopy. You want bok choy? Full of calcium. Honey, she needs a variety of greens. Sorry, that's Magical. So, yeah, isn't she precious? Oh my gosh. Child, I would have had 1,000 babies, but that's another story. So what we're saying, just in terms of makeup, like natural, like one of the benefits of just being natural and not having to wear the makeup is being comfortable. A lot of it, I would say, is psychological. I think we know superficially, but I don't think we're really giving credence. We're not really noticing the impact of how we feel in terms of being naked and comfortable with ourselves. So that's a priority for me. Not snatching my edges is like sometimes just stand on my face. This is what it is. This is what I have. And I'm being protective and aware of my psyche, especially as I move into different cycles of life. Death, as we know, is inevitable. Aging, as we know it, is inevitable. I was watching some research that was discussing and exploring the fact that humans are the only species that do everything to avoid death. Isn't it? Isn't that amazing? So we have breathable skin, and then healthy food, which is saving me money, and it's less I have to do, like the convenience. And then also my hygiene, right? Hygiene including my food and my movement, and I will also put in sleep. right? Sleep, we may be thinking just to look good, but sleep is also hygiene in the sense of uh, dumping the trash of your mind. Like right now, our minds are overloaded with these screens. So I make an effort to be very conscientious of how I'm feeling, noticing how I'm feeling as I'm interacting with these screens is so subtle. You may not realize sometimes this subtle anxiety of you have to get something or you have to look like this person. This thing with the comparison is playing to the aspect of our mental conditioning of the ego. So we can be wax poetic, but the ego is a function of mental conditioning and it functions a lot on fear, right? You can look up the 5 to 7 basic human fears and it's being tapped into all the time. So, in taking a lot of that beauty off the table, right? Claiming my sovereignty, right? Being protective of my psyche, saying this is what it is and I accept myself, retraining my eyes to appreciate myself. So when I pass myself in the mirror, I have a smile for my own self in what I look like. It's not dependent on who gives me a like or what compliments, those are nice, but it's not dependent on other people. So it's radical self acceptance. So those are the things that I consider with no makeup. Now with makeup, the things that to consider, because I actually enjoy like some of the people that I really enjoy who work their artistry with their makeup. Maya Luisa, she's I think I'm black. I don't know if she's Puerto Rican or Dominican. Oh, I love her. She doesn't wear a lot. It's a very natural look. She's stunning, and her whole energy. It's very goddess, beautiful. Like, oh, she's stunning. Also, Salcus Ray. I love Salcus Ray. Her style. So these are aspects of femininity and beauty and expression. I enjoy them. So we don't have to demonize ourselves for liking makeup. You have the option. It's your life. It's your choice how you want to express. Maybe today you want to wear makeup, maybe sometimes you don't. So I think what can be very valuable is to notice how you are feeling. How you are feeling is very key to everything that we're doing. And as people move into the new year, once again, talking about I'm gonna get fit, I'm gonna do all of this. A lot of times it's such a scam. It's such a scam. So I think it's such a scam. Somebody that's worked in personal training and fitness for years. Just a thing that you're going to put off till tomorrow to do something. Either you're doing something or you're not. It's like the difference between saying, uh, thank you, thank you, thank you, and I'm thankful. I'm thankful. One is a state of being. One, you're striving or struggling to be something, or like you're begging or you're pleading. I don't know if you're getting me. Go with me here. If you're in a begging or pleading, actually subconsciously, you're affirming that you're not what you desire. So that is a state of being. That is anxiety. It's actually stress, but you're actually affirming what you are not and what you don't have. So thank you, thank you. See, think of the state of mind. Beg, and this is I'm talking my family. I grew up in the church of tarrying. Right, I get it. Context is everything. If you're begging and you're pleading somebody to give you to do something, to take responsibility, to do the work for you, take it away from me. See, there's no accountability there. In contrast to my state of being is thankful for the body that I have. I'm thankful I have the ability to make choices in my food. The state of being, that's quite often. Shout out to the folks that in cocoon coaching, because we do a lot of unpacking for what's going on here that is driving our knee-jerk reactions, our mindless consumption, our mindless eating, and we're trying to feed and soothe something that it can never be fulfilled and satiated with physical food. So food is huge. There's all these living foods, huge in your toolbox. Very, very different than processed foods. You don't need to demonize yourself if you're eating processed foods. It's the awareness. We're being pandered to quite often with products and personalities on these screens, and you're quite often invited to try to spiritually or intellectually bypass withdrawal or feeling the emotions that are coming up, or the insecurities and the fear. Then the backdrop. So this is not the physical workout, but it can be a workout to sit and to notice your emotions and your state of being, not the begging, not what you wish. What is your state of being currently? that's going to give you access to the motivation you need to get into your movement practice, which we're going to talk about in another video today. So, natural makeup, you have the option. What does it feel like? Do you feel comfortable? Do you feel free in your own skin? Do you feel terrified of coming onto social media and the trolls are saying you're ugly? Because human beings are showing that behind on these internet. You're ugly. You need makeup. She need to put on this. She need to slick down her edges. Is this us? Has this ever been us? This is the climate that we're in, and we are affected. The people that are making jabs at you, they know likely you'll be affected. They say sticks and stones may break my bones, but words don't hurt. No, words, we are affected by words. That's why it's such a big industry. So it really takes some awareness to reclaim and center yourself, kind of like a mental force field of like defensive driving, understanding the climate that you're in, and understanding that you're being triggered because we're affected by words and what anonymous people who from the behind a computer screen with their own insecurities or maybe not focusing on their own life, trying to verbally lash out at you. So to center myself, there's a practice of radical self-acceptance of just looking in the mirror and saying, this is what I have, and I'm going to celebrate the health of it, because this human suit is going to go to the compost eventually. It's going to go to compost, maybe make some flowers and some pretty trees. So why not appreciate what it is that I have? This is what I have. This is how I woke up. It's pretty healthy. I'm going to enjoy it. Whoever likes it, that's nice. I like it and I appreciate it. With every crease, wrinkle, mark, even the acne, I'm grateful because it gave me a distinction of what was going on as my liver and my colon were reacting to all of the health junk that I was dumping in it. But I was telling myself I was eating healthy because it was from the food co-op and the health food store. Cognitive dissonance. So I'm responsible for that. So my body is communicating to me all the time, and it's organic. It's an ebb and a flow. So I'm very, very grateful. So I would love to know, what's been your experience with makeup versus natural? Do you enjoy your natural skin? Sometimes you like to play in your makeup. Are you able to find a balance with things if you decide to express that are healthy? Do you prioritize the health of what you're putting on in your body? Do you perhaps find if you're wearing nail polish that's cruelty free, that doesn't have the formaldehyde and stuff in it, do you think, well, it's just too cheap, it's too expensive, I'm not willing to pay that for my body temple to put something on that's non-toxic, right? This is a mindset. You feel like I don't have the money or the time to eat healthy. That's a fear-based perspective. So let me know what y'all think in the comments. You're welcome. You're always welcome to comment respectfully. Like, if you like this content, feel free to put this on as you're in the garden, as you're weeding, as you're decluttering, as you're preparing your vegetables for the day. So I'm sending you all some warm, positive vibrations. Hopefully you're enjoying your time with your first family, which is yourself, and the rest of your family. Hopefully you can stay grounded today. If you're going out with other people, I invite you to bring gifts if you're on the path to eating healthy. For me, over the years, that's looked like bringing a nice fruit platter, so you have something to eat and something to share. Something, everybody has a sweet tooth, something that people are going to enjoy. You're going to be able to be relaxed and not bring a whole lot of attention necessarily to what you're eating, so you can enjoy the company of the people that are there. So we're not just fixated on food. All right, y'all create a great day. And next, we're going to be talking about what is it that you need to exercise. All right, y'all. See you soon.